Hi, I'm Ollie. Welcome to Rollin Along. Skateboarding has a community of all types of people around the whole world. Let's take a look at the culture behind
I just think it's great how like the community, no matter where you go, it always just binds together, and you can find someone anywhere who will like the same thing as you. It's like almost this like, you know, like the metaphor of the tree of life, how like the roots spread between all the trees. It's kind of like that. Like skateboarding is gonna be our roots, and we're all connected through it. It just feels great.
I'm literally sitting here doing an interview with somebody. Like, you need to chill the fuck out. Like, stop asserting your feelings over what I'm doing. Like, I understand that you're upset, but that doesn't give you the right to tell me what I'm gonna do, especially when I'm at work, bro. Like, you need to check yourself and chill, and we can talk in a second. It's all right. I mean, I like living in Spokane for sure, because like the living cost is really chill, and like the skate community here is actually pretty sick. Like, we have pretty decent skate parks, pretty decent street spots. Like, we got good shops.
Everybody in Portland was much different in the way they treated other skateboarders. Here seems like so much more friendly and like open arms than Portland was. Like, I was lucky that I was a local, because if you weren't local, they don't really like outsiders there. So, I mean, it was just gnarlier. It was way gnarlier there. Here is much more friendly and like a better skateboard community. I feel like everybody kind of works together, bands together, builds DIY parks together. You know, it's a lot more friendly here for sure.
Recently, it's been like booming. Like, there's so many people who skate here now. Like, so definitely now, probably more people skate than when I was younger. And I was kind of getting bummed. Like, I feel like for a while I felt like maybe skating wouldn't really be like a thing in Spokane that much anymore. But now it's like, no, because there's so many kids who skate now. Like, it's nuts, dude.
Look behind you, dude.
The growth of the Spokane skate community is due in part to the recent expansion of downtown's Riverfront Park, including a new skate park, which was long awaited after the old downtown park under the freeway was demolished by the city.
In 2015, they closed that park, so we were without a park downtown for like 6 years, so we really needed it, and it turned out pretty good.
Like, I didn't really think that they were gonna actually give us the park, and I also was like not happy with them tearing UTF out, like, at all.
So I don't know, I'm hyped on the new park, good stuff, but yeah, you know, old things never die.
Catholic Cemeteries of Spokane, call our offices for further information.
Well, it's time to
say goodbye to the skate park under I-90.
A troubled hotspot in downtown Spokane may be closed off. The city is discussing whether or not to move the skate park under the freeway.
The city says that the skate park isn't being used as it should. Instead, it attracts the homeless, crime, and drug use. Just looking at the skate park, you may get the impression it's not welcoming, safe, or used for skating at all. That's the problem.
Lots of like tweakers and like needles on the ground. It's a dirty place.
A lot of drugs. Just about. That's about the only thing the skate park's used for, it seems like. There's not that much crime going on as they believe. As far as the drug trafficking, I can't really say, I really don't see much of it, but it's like any place else in the city.
Parks and Rec says it's gotten to the point where too many unwelcome guests are frequenting the area.
Like, I'm sure some fucking lady complained that her kids wanted to go skate UTF and it's a dirty place, and they got a bunch of parents or enough people to complain on board. They're like, yeah, like, we just don't want that down there.
We have found is that typically the individuals that are causing the quality of life concerns in that area are not typically the individuals that are utilizing the skate park.
Yeah, we try to save UTF too, like huge part on trying to save it and keeping it there, but the city was not having it. They did not want it there at all.
They literally tore it out and said it was because they didn't want to have to deal with the homeless population down there. And as soon as they tore it out, that's literally just all it is now. Like, it's rampant. Like, it's gnarly. Like, it's disgusting down there. Like, it's fucking gross, dude.
The demolition of UTF was a big loss to the skate community, considering it was the area's only covered skate park, and it was a spot where generations of local skaters grew up.
UTF was like the park that I grew up skating, and I liked it more than, it had like a really street vibe. It was hard to skate. Like, everything there was like either like decent size or like kind of rough, It was kind of like Burnside, but just like Burnside's obviously way sicker. Like, there's way more stuff there, but UTF was fucking super cool. Like, it was a good spot. So I was kind of bummed. Like, I didn't feel like they needed to take it out.
So I grew up at UTF, so I definitely miss it. But New Park is definitely a lot nicer.
But that rail at the park that we were skating is from that park. Yeah, like, we ended up, a couple of my homies ended up drilling it out. Gave it to the dude who runs this shop, Josh, and then Josh was telling Grindline, like, hey, you should put this in the park. So that's like a bonus. That's one reason I like the downtown park, because the UTF runs there.
That's why you get the cake for the back table.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Oh yeah,
dude. Here are the tunes. Make up a light skipping dance, moving and dancing in any way you like.
When we found it, it was like full of, like, it was crazy. Like, it was disgusting. It was full of dirt. It was literally like you couldn't even skate it if you wanted to. And then, like, everyone just kept showing up, like, shoveling it out, sweeping it up, getting it cleaned up. And then, like, we even, like, they had like a drain in there that was like full of like old trash and stuff that it wasn't, and we cleaned that out too. Like, it made it look sick. It looked way better. But I guess like people were complaining, or that's like what the cops will say. But I don't really think anyone gave a shit.
I mean, I don't ever hear anything, I think it's pretty quiet over here. So wait, that is a skating thingy? Because we weren't too sure like what it was. But I just know there's a whole bunch of teenagers that goes there every day, just chill there. It's a nice view, but why would you want to skate there? Go to a skating park, bro. It's nothing there.
Like, this golf course shut down years ago, and we were always like, we should just throw a DIY, block this parking lot off. Came up with like a couple truckloads of concrete, and we just started pouring. And then just a few months ago, we finished pouring these two things, which they came out pretty dope. This was like an old curb from like a school that he just found one day. Yeah, it's a process for sure, but it's super dope when you're with buddies just doing it. It's really rewarding, that first trick on newly poured stuff.
Have you been out to the Octagon?
No, that's the only one I didn't hit.
That one's pretty crazy.
Yeah?
It's like super crusty, but I've dropped in on it before and I was really scared.
The Octagon's huge.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like the walls are like that steep all around.
Well, that's the thing, you know, it's like competition's one thing, but a skate jam, yeah, is a lot better in my opinion. But yeah, that's basically all we do is skate jams and stuff like that, like Go Skate Day.
And then we have a thing coming up called We Run the City, which is gonna be sick. It's like King of the Road, but local.
We Run the City is a really cool event. I mean, I feel like that's like the biggest gathering of all the skateboarders in town.
So it's pretty fucking fun, dude. Like we all link up and they have like best trick, like overall team, like all these challenges on the list.
You know, skating a natural obstacle, something that's not concrete, skating in the woods, or skating a car, or skating into a pool like full of water, whatever. You know, just cool little things like that. Yeah. It's great for our community, man. It gets everybody together and
for this, that, and the third. Like all the shops will sponsor certain challenges. And, you know, it's actually pretty fun. Like We Run the City is so sick, and then you show up like, and everyone puts their videos in, and then we all just like chill in the same spot and all hang out and kick it, you know, and watch everyone's videos, and then you can like vote.
And it's just fun. You go out and you see guys skating everywhere. It's so weird, man.
I wasn't able to stick around and witness the debauchery of We Run This City, but during my stay, I drove just across the Idaho border to Coeur d'Alene to watch a skate jam, which is like a contest, but just less structured and generally more chaotic.
We're going to do like a 10-minute jam on it, and whoever's doing the raddest stuff, just make some noise so I know, hey man, that guy did the sickest thing, that would really help. Also, this best trick is sponsored by Black Sabbath, just to let you guys know that. Port Skate Rock. Ah, there we go! Oh, you got this! I'm so super, dude. Come on now. Yeah! We have the knowledge roast beef. I really like that one personally. What happened at the end, man? You just gave up. Oh, Duke coming in with that flipper style. Look out. That's the guy with a helmet like that. Oh! Good thing you had that helmet on. You okay, bud? Oh, what is that switch? There you go. Oh. Come on! Yeah, you gotta do that one. I'll just give you a shirt if you do that one. That's a easy trick. You go get that one over there, film guy? You gotta get that one. That's Nathan. My cramp. Oh. Ah, damn it, come on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. How we doing? Come on. Woo! There you go, nice front side 180. Yeah, do what? Right now, that's what's gonna win it. An all expenses paid trip to Hawaii to sleep on my buddy's couch. The man with the mismatched socks crushing. Alright, Slam, so far, that's it, right there, sick. There you go. Oh. Are you a punk rocker? Oh! That was it. I love that one. Sergeant Stangle, what do you think? Skateboard realm. Yeah. Custom grown in Idaho. Yeah. Slow down right here. 1 minute. You good?
It just feels good to be part of the Spokane scene, where the scene is just picking up, and like me and my friends are just like right at the front of the wave, just riding it out.
The community has grown a lot. Like when I first started skating, there was only like 3 girls around that we were hanging out with. And then ever since then, like I see a new girl at the park every time I feel like, which is cool. Like 3 of my girl best friends, like we all met through skateboarding. It's cool to see little kids like skating too more often. I feel like there's definitely a lot more kids, especially with this park since it's so like central. Like parents can just like drop their kids off and like, you know, go do their own thing, and it's cool that a lot of kids are picking up skateboarding.
You're here like all day, every day? How come?
So I can get better.
Yeah? Have you made a lot of friends here?
Yeah, a lot of friends. That's Evo, Ethan, Tyler, Nathan, and Banana! No, his name's Isaiah, and Kylo, Davius.
Yeah, pretty much everyone I know now is through skating, like since I started, because yeah, even like people who don't like skate all the time, like I met them through skating. Like, you know, they came to the skate park like one time, or they came in here and bought something and then like met them, you know. Or like I was out skating around and I ran into some random person and ended up having like a random conversation, or like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much everybody I know is through skating.
It's seriously like, once you start skating, you will have family no matter where you go, and they'll always welcome you in, and it's like, most of the time, you'll probably have a place to stay no matter where you go. If you just go to a skate park and start chatting with the locals, they typically will be super cool with you. Like, skating, I always go back to it. It's just that perfect tight-knit community that nobody understands, but the skaters do. And it's just unexplainably beautiful.
Rollin' along, rollin' along, rollin' along. It's a lovely day to take a trip to the sun. Got no troubles, no worries, not a single one. I'm a carefree drifter, just singing my song. I'm riding a cloud, just rolling along.
Beat his ass around the corner, like, we good? Yeah, we good. Fucking A.
That's the first ride. I'm all drunk. Fine. Cool.
Puffs up everywhere. Do not smoke any of that wacky stuff in your room. Stinks up the whole place.